Ugobona. I hope I'm saying that right. A very, very good movie. All the actors, actresses did an amazing job in this movie. I cannot even have anything negative to say about the production crew. They acted well. The actresses, they acted very well. The camera crew did an amazing job. The film quality was good. Sound was excellent. So I give them all the credit. Now, the main thing about this movie that a lot of you who are going to watch it might take away from it, but I wanted to also make sure that I highlight it in case if some of you forget or did not. There are some people that watch movies and movies that have meaning, but they just watch it as a regular movie. Most Nigerian movies, especially this one, have some morals that you need to take away from the story, and I believe it's necessary for you to get this, because that's why some of these movies are made. They make it so you learn something from it. But some of us who have knucklehead, itty body balls, well, you already know, you have to watch the movie 3 times or have somebody explain it for you to understand. You're the same people that go to church and then you will come back home and they will ask you, what did they preach? And you will not know. So, but anyways, I think we have this cultural thing, as some of you already know, where the parents are from a different place and they will not let you marry their daughter. In this case, the wife was from the northern part of Nigeria and the guy is an Igbo man, and he went to the father to ask for her hand in marriage, but he refused. I guess either because he's Igbo and he didn't have a lot of money, or that he wanted her to marry someone from the northern part. This is a very common thing that happens a lot. But either way, they love each other and they already have a child. They already have a daughter right here. And by the way, the daughter acted really good. You guys should already know, in most Nigerian movies, the Nigerian kids in Nigerian movies will annoy you with their acting. Half of the time, they will either be looking at the camera and doing things that are annoying, but this kid right here acted very, very well. Very, very. I don't know who coached her, but they did a good job. And the wife, her dressing, everything, I think this Uchenna lady is really, really good. I think she's a great actress. Most of the time, people try to focus on her nyash, of course. But she's actually a great actress, and you should not be focusing too much on Nyash. Nyash, you're not going to kill her, okay? But she's a really, really great actress. And this movie showed like she has range. Even though the character that she played, I did not really like it. But she played it very well. So in this movie, she was a wife that was not satisfied with what the husband was, giving her. She wasn't satisfied. She wanted more affection. Nah, she's very reserved. So she's one of those women that's very covered up, but she's a freak in the sheets. So she's very covered up when she's going out. She's very feminine. But when she's with her husband, she wants to do freaky things. She wants to do bad things. And the husband was one of those over-sent men who for like those pastors that will never touch their wife and be like, oh yes, if I touch my wife and God is going to punish me, blah blah, all those rubbish. When you know that David is a man after God's heart in the Bible, but David is a freak. King Solomon, that God gave wisdom, is a man that God loved, but still they were freaks. So I think there's balance when it comes to relationship between man and wife, and God actually understands that. So, but in this case, the husband was not trying to, listen to the wife like needs and what she wants, because she wants to be touched a certain way, she wants to be bended over at some random times and all that thing. And the husband was like, when is it going to stop? Tomorrow you want me to bend you over, the next day you want me to slap you, choke you, do this and do that. So he did not want to do any of those things, but this ended up causing problems. So if you're watching this movie, I encourage you to go and check out. Let me just show you. I guess we can just jump around the movie for a bit and talk about some of the things that happen. Now, the wife watches this show that. Let me go to it real quick. But there's this talk show right here. The wife loved to watch this show. How I Love to Be Loved, and this is a talk show that a woman is talking about how she likes to be loved and this and that. And because of this, most of the time, women, when they see things that other women say that their man would do for them and all that stuff, even if they might have better men than those women that are talking about that, immediately click into their psyche and they start wanting those things. And if it's the husband will start saying, why are you wanting this now? We've been married for these years. You never asked for these things. Now you're asking for it. So as a man, it's good for you to be flexible to a certain extent, especially if you're going to have a wife. And if you have them watching shows like this, you have to always be careful, because shows like this can easily corrupt women. Shows like this are like the devil with the forbidden fruits in the Bible with the Genesis, because you can bring things into their head and the woman will always go after that, especially if it's a woman saying it. So this was the show. This show caused some issue for them, and the woman was asking for a whole lot of things that the husband was not ready for. For example, in this scene here, let's go to, she came in, she had a nice perfume and everything, and of course the husband was like, wow, you smell good, and immediately that clicked and got him in the mood, and he wanted to do something with her, and she's like, no, I didn't really want to do anything, but of course she wanted it. But as you guys know, women don't just want you to just jump into it. She wanted him to touch her, romance her, and do all this thing. But he was saying that, I can already see that you're in the mood. Why do I have to do all these things? This is an issue. In relationship, you always have to communicate and know what each other needs. It's important. So this was the part that the guy was kind of failing multiple times, and some men, it takes them time to kind of figure this thing out, because if you know this now, a lot of African men, they didn't really grow up in a home that their father will show like affection to the mother, like in a way that they can learn from, like touching and kissing. And most African fathers, you will never see them doing any of that. So of course, most men don't learn that at all. It's the same thing with women. Most women don't know how to treat a man, because in some African homes, they never even got taught that. Well, actually, that might not be 100% true, because most African home, you always see the mom trying to teach their girls. This was, of course, the generation that I grew up in. You try to see the mom trying to teach the daughter how to be a wife, and cater to the husband and this and that. But it's kind of interesting for men, because for men, the father kind of sent them out there like, all you really need to focus on is make money, go out there, hunt, be a man, and women are gonna come. Now, women are going to come. It's not like it's a bad advice that fathers give for their sons to go out there, hunt, and be a provider, and that women are gonna come. Women are gonna come, but like I said, women are very different people. Like, they're gonna get bored when things, when you can't make change, when you don't want to learn and stuff like that. So in this case, This caused a lot of problem in this relationship. We're going to jump to a few things that I want to highlight, and then of course we can talk around a few other things. I hope you guys pull up your seats. I'm going to try to keep this movie in a way that I won't be spoiling too many things for you guys, because I still want you guys to go and watch this movie. It's a really, really, really good movie, and I want you guys to go and check it out. Now, let's highlight this. Like I said, I will jump around the scenes a bit. So let's go to okay, let's do 37 minutes in. Okay, now in this part of the movie, I think I went a little bit too far, because I wanted to address something real quick. So at first, he was working so much. So this guy was working so much because he wanted to make a lot of money so he can impress this girl's father to finally give him her hand in marriage. But while he was working so hard and trying to make so much money, he kind of started not focusing on things that are more important. For example, he forgot his wife's birthday. And he did try to make it up, so it's good that of course when you make a mistake you try to make it up, but he did try to make it up, and the wife was very understanding, and that is what a lot of men don't get, women that are very understanding. But she was very understanding, and he decided he's going to take her and the daughter out to go and have fun, just to kind of make up for forgetting her birthday. Now, big issue here, he gets a call from work. And when he gets a call from work, instead of him finding a workaround that he can still stay with his family, because you have to understand, he is his own boss. In relationship, this is one of the things that causes problems, especially for men that have their own business and work a lot. Is finding those times to spend with your family is really necessary. It's important. You have to learn when to cut things off, especially right now. He's trying to make up. Okay, this is not like, oh, he's trying to start something new. He already messed up. He's trying to make up, and then you will allow another thing to cause another problem. This movie is so well written that this is something that I can see happening in real life. Like, some men actually will go into a state like this. He is so focused on how much money he's going to make, because right now he got called by the friend saying that he wants 200 bags of cement, and he's thinking of how much he can make. And he tells the wife that he will be back in only 1 hour, that he just needs to go and come back in 1 hour. But of course, that was already going to end up not in a good way. Like, the daughter acted so I really liked the way that the daughter acted. But he did not come back on time, and the mother and the daughter ended up sleeping on the bed. This is more issues that happened. Okay. Now, we're going to jump into this is him coming back now. We're not gonna try to show too many. Like I said, I don't want to show too many scenes of this movie, because I do want you to go and watch this movie. And of course, so if I'm getting to any cutting off some parts, it's because I want you to go and watch the movie. Now, I'm going to highlight another part, which again, the wife is asking for. Let's go to this. So remember last time the wife wanted, for him to touch her and, kiss her before they start, making love. I would say it like that. But he did not want to do that. He already said that she was already in the mood. Now, this is another time where the wife wants to try something new. The good thing about having a partner that wants to experiment and do everything with you is that they only want to do these things with you. They're not interested in doing it with anybody else. So in this case, the wife wanted to try, because they've been laying on the bed every time, And the husband, it's so weird because in most cases this is like a reverse thing. It's men that kind of try to be a little bit more adventurous to some extent, and most women actually play reserved to a certain extent. But in this case, the husband was like, I don't want to do doggy, I want to lay on the bed and relax, and we do the normal things that we normally do. As a man, this is important that you understand that you have to know how to please your woman. You have to know how to take care of your woman, especially in this area. I think a lot of people don't understand that this is the part that women hold on to in a relationship sometimes, is intimacy. And when you lack in this area, you not only lack, but you do not try to understand it. That causes a lot of problem in relationship, because that means that you're actually not trying to understand the woman. Men are like, bam, we're done, it's over with, that mood is gone. But even for a woman, for even after that moment is over, in their head, I think it's still running. Like they can still rerun the game of what transpired. Even when they wake up in the next day in the morning and they look at you in the face, they can remember exactly what happened. That's why you need to make it interesting for them. So, but for men, we don't come out the next day. We not like, that's how men, like, I don't even remember some women after like maybe something like a one night stand and stuff, and they don't remember her. It's because of that. But any woman that tells you that they don't remember a man that did them good after a one night stand is a liar. Okay, so we're gonna go to some other part. Like I said, go and watch this movie. Do not, after you're done watching this, then go and watch the movie. It's a really, really good movie, like I said. Another thing, so during this movie, as things were going on, the wife met a friend from a while back. And this is something that you should always be aware of. Whatever you are looking for, you're going to find it. So just know it's either being provided by the devil or it's being provided by God. But whatever it is that you're trying to find out there, you're going to find it. So the wife started seeking affection somewhere else because the husband wasn't giving it to her how she wanted. So this guy shows up, a friend from a while back. So for some of you women, you have to be very careful with this, that all of a sudden you're having issue with your man, and then that your friend from high school back in the day that you guys used to get along for so long. You guys were like buddies and all that, and all of a sudden they pop up right at that moment. Just know that you are being set up. And if you know the situation that you're in, you should know who you're being set up by. It's either you're being set up by God to teach you a lesson, or you're being set up by devil to make sure that your relationship is completely destroyed. Maybe you actually don't deserve the man that you're with, and the devil wants to take that away, and God won't do anything about it. And it will happen flawlessly. It has happened multiple times. You have seen women lose good men a lot of times because of things like this, and it happens all the time. So this guy now, a friend from wherever, came out and they started talking, getting along, but she doesn't know that this guy has some mental issue. She doesn't know that this guy is no longer the man that she knew from back then. So things ended up escalating because she was getting along with this guy. They were having fun. She even forgot to go pick up her daughter while she was here talking to the guy and playing games, playing Ludo and whatnot, and they were having fun. She ended up forgetting to go pick up her daughter. And this is probably one of the worst things you can do as a mother, is forgetting your child while you're with another man. So it was really, really, really bad at this point, because I was like, what? She acted it so well, but at this point, I was provoked. I was like, how can you forget your daughter, man? How? How can you forget to go pick up your daughter because you're with this man? And of course, the husband picked up the daughter. And there's something that I want you guys to learn from this when the husband picked up the daughter is that he didn't have any. He did not hold on to anger for too long. He forgave her, and I think that that's probably something that they have in their relationship. Also, she was very, very apologetic. This lady, like seriously, this character, she embodied it. Like she played it very, very well. And when she was talking to the husband, she was even like also using her daughter to apologize, like tell daddy that I'm sorry. And you can see that she was genuinely sorry. And of course, the husband forgave her because he truly, truly loved her. He was just a man consumed with work of trying to provide for the family. And you're gonna have men like this, okay? And for some of you women who are in like a relationship that's like this, and you see the man working all the time and just working and trying to provide and start neglecting some of the things that you want, it's important to try to make out like time to actually have that conversation. And this conversation is not, oh babe, try to make out time for us to talk, have fun, go on a date. No. You have to have a conversation in a way that, babe, this job that you're doing right now is taking so much of your time, and I want us to also spend more time together. And you have to be willing to say something like, look, even if you lose this job, I don't care. Like, you have to be able to say something like that, because most of the time when women say like, oh no, I want us to have a little bit more time to go chat, do fun things and all that, it creates a problem, because some of the fun things that you want to do is gonna cost money. It's gonna cost a lot of money. Now there are some women that the fun things that they want to do is just taking a stroll at the beach and things that are simple and wouldn't cost money. But for some women, they want to travel to Dubai, they want to go to Paris, they want to eat, like, go to fancy restaurants. And to a man, you're already like saying, don't go to work, let's spend money. And that doesn't click very well with men. So with things like this, you have to find a way to communicate to a man that, you will get through. And of course, you can communicate with food first. Like the olden days, I think that's what most women in this generation, they now learn from their mother. How their mother will seduce their husbands into doing what they want. It's not just like, oh, let's have a talk. Men don't really like talking. Men like to be seduced into doing stuff. Yes, you heard me. I've said it. Did you guys? Don't let this skip you right now. Don't let it pass by you. Seduce your husband into doing what you want. This is how he has always been in the Bible. Just think about it. Most of the time, Delilah seduced Samson, the most strongest man in the world. So, as a wife, even though you're married, when you're trying to get through to your husband, seduce him into doing that thing that you really want. So this is important. I know a lot of you right now are like, what? Yes. And the men that are out there will also confirm this. It's easier to get your man to do what you want him to do when you seduce him. Okay? You start with food. You can start with food. Seducing him is not just wearing bikini or walking around naked. Seduction is very, very different for men to a certain extent, especially depending on what you're trying to get across. You can start with food. You can start with their favorite thing. You can start with making sure that their show is recorded, and then you just see everything is like little steps you're taking till you hit the climax. And that's when he's like, what do you want? Just tell me anything you want, I will do it. You get them to that point, and that's when you start asking for those things. But women of this age don't even know things about this, and they just, hey, just listen to me and feel me, and then they start screaming and start acting like a man, and they destroy pretty much everything. But this is a really good movie. It has a lot of teachable moments that you have got to go and watch this movie. All right, let's go to some other point that I want us to highlight real quick before I end this. So she forgot the daughter in school like multiple times. So the first time she forgot her daughter, and then we also have the second time that she forgot her daughter. Let me go right here. At this time, she was on the phone just chatting with this guy, and they were having a long conversation, and she ended up forgetting her daughter. And as she was running out the door to go and pick up the daughter, the husband came back with the daughter, and of course she started apologizing, and he's asking her what's going on. This is like the second time now, and she's like, oh, that she was sleeping, this is lying, and it's not really good. But but the husband was also understanding, because the next day while she was, I guess, sleeping, he decided to make food, like make her breakfast. And it wasn't that she was tired, she was just out late night having fun with this other guy. And of course, you all should know where this is all gonna go to. But that's another one I wanted to highlight with you guys. Let's go, which is another thing. Okay. Now, as she is like going out with this guy, having fun, this is like dating, okay? But for her, in her own mind, she's saying that they are like friends, but that's not the case, because men, their mind works differently than women. Men, when they are seeing this thing, they know that it's a date. That's why it's difficult for a man and a woman to be friends, because they already seen this. We're on a date. This is not a friendship type of thing, and I know he's the one paying for the dinner, so this is a date. Let's go to the next thing here. So she started asking this guy for like affection, pretty much. It wasn't just like, oh, he just started showing affection. She was asking him for affection, because she even asked for the guy to kiss her on the forehead. The guy bought roses. The guy even bought like Victoria's Secrets for her, like panties and stuff like that. That's inappropriate, because the man that she's with, whether, even though they are not like accepted by the parents, they are pretty much married. Even in God's eyes, they are married. So she was asking for kissing. Can you kiss me on the forehead and all this stuff? And when you're already asking men for stuff, they're gonna wanna do more. Just so you know, it's in their nature. It's in the man's nature to want to do more. So, leading to where, of course, more is gonna happen. Let's go to right here. Now, I just want, in this case, this is the guy that she's hanging around with. This is the ex-girlfriend, and she's telling her, babe, run, that man is crazy. But she's like, no, I know him and all that. It's been in the past. People that you know in the past are different from now. Just even 2 years can change people a whole lot. So you should always be careful when you do like a reunion with people. Be very careful, be very observant before you start inviting them into your space, into your personal space. Be very, very careful.